Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian and I am the horror show host. And today, along with Tom from Bad Fear Health Entertainment, say hello, Tom.
How's everyone doing today?
We're going to be discussing the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer that was released, 2 days ago now? Or a couple days? Maybe three?
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday, yeah. It, so let's just get right into it. What do you think of the trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong?
I thought it was all right. It captivated me a little bit because I must confess I did not watch Skull Island, but I feel like I don't have to see this movie. Like I could go in cold. But one of the things I noticed in the trailer was that they really gave Kong the upper hand.
Yeah, well, that's probably because everyone was like afraid that they wouldn't give him the upper hand.
What did you think? Do you think that Kong should have gotten it, or I mean, you do the classic Titanic type Hulk versus Abomination thing where just
I do and I don't. I think that they should have given a little bit more to Godzilla because in the trailer he doesn't even get a punch or a bite or anything.
nobody's
Um,
got the
yeah. But Khan gets like 3 blows on him or so. It's
big blows.
big blows.
Now, is anyone from the Skull Island movie returning for this cast? I noticed that some of the cast members from the Godzilla movies that
King of the
uh
Monsters, yeah, the last one.
yeah,
I
Kyle
don't think
Chandler.
so.
Who's the lead? Is it Kyle Chandler or is it the girl?
Um, I well, in the last movie, King of the Monsters, there was like no main character.
Yeah.
It was uh, it was a multitude of characters, like several characters that were just going about it, trying to figure out how to stop the monsters and how to get them together to fight when needed.
I am interested in this movie simply because I think it's the first, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the first feature that Warner Brothers is doing that's going to be on both HBO Max and theatrical release, right?
It might be the first. I'm not sure. It might be the second or third, but it's still one of the earlier releases that are going to be on both HBO Max and theaters.
So it's going to impact the box office revenue because
Yeah.
it's easy to stay at home and watch on HBO Max. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to get up, but the trailer looked pretty good enough where I may go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
What did you think, Brian? You're a big Godzilla. You're a bigger Godzilla fan than I am. I've only seen a handful of the Godzilla films.
I've seen them all.
You've seen them all. So what did
all.
you think? Give it to me? Tell me what you thought about it, in depth.
In terms of what the movie looks like, or how the trailer was presented.
Both.
All right. Well, I'll start with how the trailer was presented. I liked the trailer at first in terms of presentation because it was building up like it should, like a good trailer should. It should build up to the eventual, oh, we're gonna have chaos ensue and monsters fighting. The problem was, and this didn't happen in any of the other Godzilla or King Kong trailers, they introduced a song into it, like a rap song, and it was like they have never done that before in any of the other trailers.
Just to give it a modern, hip vibe.
Yes, and I don't think it fit that well. I know they did, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. Some of the trailers they used was it Claire de Lune, however you say that one, and
I forget how to say it.
And Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but they were all instrumental. This had lyrics, and it was a bit distracting on certain parts. In terms of a couple other things I noticed in the trailer, one was they had some unnecessary flash effects where they would like really quickly flash to give the intensity some sort of build up. There's a part where it's cutting to another scene and there's some jets coming up, and then all of a sudden you see a couple flashes and the sound kind of changes.
Yep.
It's like that didn't need to be there. It didn't need to. It could have still flowed perfectly had it not used those flashes. Daryl's here. What? Let me run across the list of people who's in the comment section. Actually, we have Kevin Sowers, Rock and Roll Snaggletooth, Ray Animator Reviews, and Daryl, Mr. Meathook himself. How's it going, everybody? Waiting for a response. I'm just kidding. um, so the trailer, its presentation was it was very energetic still, though. It was very uh
Flashy, poppy.
flashy, bombastic, colorful. Uh, I think the movie itself is actually doing very well for the trailer. It's already got like 34 million views.
Now, what was the original release date? Was it always supposed to be 2021, or did it get delayed because of the virus?
I think it was supposed to be March 2020.
Okay, so so there's definitely been a hype for it and an anticipation level.
Oh yeah. But they also, I was watching another person's trailer discussion. They were talking about how the new Batman trailer doesn't even have that many views, or even Wonder Woman 1984, which was released a few months ago, or even a month ago. I don't know. Doesn't even have that many views on this trailer. They might just be around that, but it's been a month. This has been only a couple of days.
Yeah, and it's already jacking up the views.
Yeah. The last time I saw a movie do this with a lot of views on the trailer that did really well was It.
It Chapter 1 or 2?
1.
Well, some of the Star Wars, I remember The Last Jedi on when that trailer dropped on May the 4th. That was just
Yeah, that was major. Mr. Meathook says it was supposed to be May 2020. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was March. There were so many dates it was supposed to be released on.
summer blockbuster.
Yeah, it was supposed to be May, and then it was, I think, November, and now it's March. Oh yeah, now it's March. Duh. And Tanya McIntosh says hi. Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Um, and so that's pretty much my thoughts on the trailer itself. But the movie, it looks really well lit. And what I mean by that is the last few movies in Godzilla terms, not Godzilla terms, like Godzilla presentation, were kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
The first one was very dark. The second one was shrouded in water and snow sometimes. This one, it looks like everything's up. You can see everything, kind of like Kong Skull Island.
In the daylight, it's just boom.
Yeah, it has.
Do you think it'll be
fans?
Do you think it'll be better than the original
from 1954 or 2014?
No, the one that came out in the 60s.
Yeah, I do. Oh man, I actually plan to have at least the Showa era movies reviewed in time for this.
Nice. I saw a trailer. I saw not a trailer, but somebody had said they wanted. I don't know if it was Guillermo del Toro. Oh, Pacific Rim could definitely join this. I thought those movies sucked.
The first one was okay. The second one I haven't seen, but I heard it was awful.
Yeah.
James Ramir Mock's trailer series says, "My money is on furry, Brian." I don't know. I honestly don't care who's gonna win.
Isn't that one of the selling points of this movie is that somebody will win?
Yeah, that actually leads into some theories on this movie that a lot of people are having, and I actually thought of this. I'll have to get a screenshot if I can find one. The day the trailer was released, I posted in the comment section below. Then all these people started making videos about it, and no one liked my comment. I was like, motherfuckers. But I said Godzilla might be Mecha Godzilla in disguise.
What makes you say that?
Might be Godzilla in disguise.
Now, what makes you say that? Obviously, you're the Godzilla connoisseur, so you might have more insight than I would.
So there's a few hints in the trailer where it tells you. So there's literally one. I think it's a stamp or not postage stamp, but like a sticky note or something on the wall that says Mecha Godzilla or something like that. And and the little things. And then there's the team. I forgot what their name was. Not Monarch. Monarch's the team of people trying to help. It was like a terrorist organization and they got in the last movie, I won't spoil it, but they get a certain creature's remains, and that could easily become something with mecha. Not necessarily Godzilla, because I'm not going to tell you what remains they got. And I just think Godzilla himself is it looks a little different. I
He
I
looks
don't know if
good.
I don't know if in the other ones he had frills or gills on his neck before. Did he?
I don't recall.
Yeah, because now I saw in the trailer he has these gills. I don't remember him having gills in the first one. And the second one was really hard to tell. He was just running around everywhere.
I gotta watch the second one
It's really
again.
it's a lot of fun. I think the biggest fear I have for this movie is that they're going to have a winner, and it's not going to be what the majority want, and they're going to bash the movie because of it. Then we won't get another movie.
And what do you think that means? You think Kong goes over or Godzilla goes over?
I would say Godzilla, and the reason because of that is Godzilla is a Japanese monster.
Yep.
Kong's ours. So people are way more familiar with Kong in the past not like let's say the past 40 years, because in the 70s he was getting really big.
Yep.
And then they made that remake, then they made another remake. And we can't forget King Kong Lives from the 80s with Linda Hamilton.
Can't forget about that one. Or Son of Kong from the late mid 30s.
Yeah.
Was that 1940?
That was actually the same year as the original.
Came out the same year.
33.
You know, I really think the world could have gone with Frankenstein versus King Kong back in the mid 30s. I really think that they should have invested on that. Universal and RKO, I think, could have made a good little cheesy bad movie with if they had done that one.
I think they were trying to make Godzilla versus Frankenstein, but not King Kong versus Frankenstein from
I'm
research.
sorry. Godzilla and Frankenstein.
Yeah. And even Godzilla, who was originally supposed to be Frankenstein in some movies, is now Godzilla. Like, there's a few of the Showa movies where it was supposed to be Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Because they had those giant Frankenstein monster movies, a couple of them. And then they replaced it with Godzilla for more marquee value. And that proved to be a very smart move because Godzilla was big in the 60s and 70s.
He's a moneymaker.
A real moneymaker. And then he came back in the 80s. And it's interesting that we're getting Godzilla movies now because the last Godzilla movie, the series after the Showa era, the Heisei era, came out 10 years after the Showa era, and then it was another 5 years after that ended for the Millennium era, and then that was around the time Godzilla '98 came out, which was universally hated at the time.
Still is.
He still is, but there
Still
are
is.
fans. There are fans, including
There are fans.
not really. I'm not a big fan. I don't mind it.
Not a fan of that movie. I can't. Nope. Ferris Bueller should not be taking on Godzilla.
No, not in that context, absolutely not. But it's kind of like when they remake a movie and they do it totally different and people are okay with it. Kind of like the new Ron Turner movie coming out.
Kind of like the shitty RoboCop remake.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like James Ramirez said, the latest Japanese Godzilla movie is Shin Godzilla, which is actually a really good movie. A little slow and hectic, but a great movie, and it's there's a reason why it's like that. And Judith Kenobi says, "Yo, what's up, Judith? Hey, it's me, Barrett Cinema. Thanks for signing the book. Oh, no problem. Thanks for joining in on the live stream, and thanks for checking out my book."
Which book did she check out?
I believe it's Chomp. I might be Wildman. I might be wrong. There's so much stuff going on right now. It's hard to keep track of everything and everyone. But regardless,
I am Bill Nixon. I am Bill Nixon.
You are Bill Nixon.
I am Bill Nixon.
I appreciate everyone's support and encouragement, and just it's such a great feeling. And the Godzilla versus Kong trailer. At first,
Chomp, sir.
And I am he. Oh, I am a he. Yeah. No, I know you're he. He called you she. the Godzilla versus Kong trailer. At first, I didn't know what to think. Like I said, the song really threw me off.
Yeah.
Uh, like when I did a trailer reaction to my initial reaction, like I didn't do it a second take or anything, and I was just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, oh yeah. um, I don't know if it's the. Some people are saying that Kong kind of looks fake in some shots, and like it looks real to me. The fact that in 2014, when we got Godzilla, that movie looked as real as it did.
Yeah.
This is like 6 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a huge achievement in technology. Now we're in 2020, and we have just amazing effects in terms of realism. And I think that's going to be a big selling point is that it doesn't look like the 1962 movie.
Well, I don't think anything can look like that. Judith says Godzilla versus Kong looks like an eye-popping film. I just don't want him to be
Mecha
Mecha
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
I feel like if Godzilla does turn out to be Mecha Godzilla,
it's cheap. It's almost a WWE tactic.
Yes, but I also think that's how they could team up and fight Mecha Godzilla at the end.
That would be cool.
That doesn't mean Godzilla can't be in the movie. There could be two Godzillas roaming around, and they're like, "Why aren't we picking him up on sonar? But he's here, and now why are we picking him up on sonar now? But he's also here." I don't. It could be interesting.
You don't think that would make them both look weak if two of them had to take on Mecha Godzilla like Australian doubles? That to me sounds very.
Well, Mecha Godzilla isn't just like a robot. He's like a human weapon. He has weapons firing everywhere out of him, out of his hands, eyes, mouth, nose, toes, everywhere. Weapons are firing everywhere. So I would say you would need at least two monsters to take him down. Although in Terror of Mechagodzilla, he took on two monsters, including one of them being Mechagodzilla. So I'm not really one to talk. But
put that in my notes.
What?
Mecha Godzilla. I've seen the first. How many movies was Mecha Godzilla in?
I think there's two in the Showa era. There's at least one in the Heisei era. And I think there's two in the Millennium era. It's been a while since I've seen them all.
I'm waiting for Biollante to make a comeback.
Biollante is awesome.
Biollante, that was my first Godzilla movie back in the day. Biollante was the shit.
Cryptic Monsters series says, I am on Team Godzilla. I am too, but I'm also on Team Kong. I can't really decide because I love them both.
You have to.
I don't have to do shit.
You're going for playing Vegas odds, man. You got to pick a winner.
The Vegas odds. Limited, yeah, okay. It's trying to tell me my ads are limited on this video. Hold on. Request review. Thank you. If I were to choose, I'd have to go. See, there's a reason I think they're making Khan seem to be like a really formidable foe in this movie in the trailer because they might take him out.
Now, how did Skull Island do box office wise?
I think it did the best out of the three.
Okay.
Creature movies. Oh wait, sorry. Judith Kenobi says Con for life. Creature movie reviews is here. My money's on Godzilla. He says. It's hard to tell because again, it's Japan and America. It's in terms of box office revenue.
Yeah.
Judging by those two things, it would be Khan who wins. But there are other variables. I mean, Khan Skull Island did really good, but it didn't do a massive amounts. It didn't have a massive amounts in difference of the other two Godzilla movies, and maybe like 100 million more worldwide.
Now, here's my question to you. You're directing the movie. Who wins?
Even though I prefer Godzilla, I'd have to say Khan.
This is if you're directing.
In terms of a business standpoint. Because at the end of the day, these movies are all about business. Except for I do like that they listen to fans. And they really try to make fans happy. So it's a really tough call. Judith Kenobi says, my money is on Burt Gummer. He will run for president and make a new way to stop monsters from taking over.
Well,
He'll open the a rift and make the Jaegers go into battle. I know you love that, Tom.
Burt Gummer.
Burt Gummer.
R.I.P. Sorry.
Wow.
It's been a few months since the movie came out.
Oh, there's the excuse. Who would you think would win in Godzilla versus Kong if you were to direct the movie? Who would you want to win?
If I was directing the movie, I'd probably go Kong just to set up the rematch. Remember, if you can't book the rematch, don't do the first one.
Yeah.
Except Freddy versus Jason never went at it again. Alien and Predator went at it one more time, which really sucked.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like that one better than the first Alien versus Predator. I don't know.
Ballistic X versus Sever never got a sequel, nor did they make $20 at the box office.
It's like what movie was that?
Yep. You remember that movie?
Ballistic X versus what?
X versus Sever. It was Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu, I think.
I do not.
For real, it's a. We'll talk off camera about
it. Cryptic Monster says, I forgot Godzilla 98 was a thing.
Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
I think that the TV series from the late 90s, I used to watch it sometimes when I was a kid, was pretty good. I have the DVD set. I haven't watched it yet, though.
What is the worst King Kong movie in your opinion? I got to go with the Jeff Bridges version.
Probably King Kong Lives. That's the one after that one.
Okay.
It's
I haven't seen that with Linda Hamilton. I haven't seen that in forever.
It's the one where, spoilers, Khan isn't actually dead. They just take out his heart and give it a transplant or whatever. Or give him a mechanical heart. I don't know. It was really dumb.
So, it was a man in a suit, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. They're both man in suits. I think Rick Baker worked on them.
Great Rick Baker.
Yeah. Judith Kenobi says, Godzilla should shoot fire down his throat and kill Khan. People will go crazy. To be honest, I'm Khan for life, but it would work. 1976 is my favorite Khan, bro. And Cryptic Monster says, yeah, King Kong Lives was bad. Yeah, he has like a mate in that movie too, and they have a kid. It's like, why? How do you fit all that in an hour 40 minutes?
It's
better question. How do you fit all of that in an hour and 40 minutes, but you can't seem to fit any dinosaurs in the 1976 version in 2.5 hours?
That was a long movie. I remember that.
Yeah.
The 05 Peter Jackson's was okay.
Yeah, it was.
It was all right.
It was faithful and a good adaptation of the movie.
Jack Black.
And Jack Black.
It had Jack Black.
Which I didn't know. I didn't mind him as much back then because I didn't know much about his acting style. But then I saw he was kind of acting like the same way every time.
Yeah, I don't know if I would characterize him with a style.
More like a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The video game was good. I remember that. It was on the PS2.
I actually have the book. I have a lot of King Kong books. I have the original novelization and King Kong from 2005, and then the Kong Skull Island novelization, which actually was really good. I read that. I actually read them all. I think this movie is going to do... I just have a feeling it's going to do better than all of them, mainly because of the hype. Like this
even at the box office.
No, and with HBO Max subscriptions included. Cryptic Monster says, but the only good thing about King Kong Lives was the practical effects. It was okay. I think the 76 King Kong did better. Judith Kenobi says, I got a piece out. My girlfriend is going to make me watch Twilight 1 and 2, R.I.P. My condolences.
Good luck.
Cryptic Monster says, I feel bad for you.
Good luck.
Yeah. Did you know
Just
there's like
remember
6
that.
of those?
Just remember that guy is going to be the next Batman. Just throwing it out there.
Just keep that in mind.
Just keep that in mind.
The King Kong. Oh, sorry, not the King Kong. Godzilla. Oh no, I was talking about the Prophet. It's been hyped for more than just a year. It's been hyped since like Kong Skull Island came out.
Because of the ending. Yeah, because of the ending.
Well, the ending was setting up King of the Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then around the time that movie came out, they were like, "We're going to do King Kong or Godzilla versus Kong too."
So is King of the Monsters is going to be the next part?
No, so if you go by timeline, it's Kong Skull Island, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and Godzilla versus Kong.
Okay.
I think
it's not like Warner Brothers when they did Man of Steel, then Batman versus Superman, then Justice League.
I don't know. I think that this film is. What was I going to say? The Prophet. I don't know, but it makes sense. That it's going to make a lot of money because of the hype. Especially because it's been the longest hyped movie probably since the original 2014 movie.
Which was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I always feel that Godzilla 2014 is a great movie. And Godzilla King of the Monsters is great popcorn entertainment.
Yep.
I also feel like they should, if they continue this and Godzilla wins this fight, they should continue bringing the names of the original movies up to the next one. Like the next Godzilla movie, the second one originally was Godzilla Raids Again. So if Godzilla wins, that's the title they should go with.
Godzilla Raids Again.
Yeah. And then it goes, I won't go through all of them. There's like 30 movies, but there's Godzilla Raids Again, Godzilla King of the Monsters. Then Mothra versus Godzilla, then Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. But they've been doing it out of order. Because they did Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is in order. Because there's the American version of Godzilla from 1954 that is called Godzilla King of the Monsters. But then they skip Raids Again and go straight to King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them before. What is it? March 25th?
No, they moved it to March 31st.
Cryptic Monster says the thing I like is that they are actually having us having see the fights. The thing that sucked about Godzilla and Godzilla King of the Monsters was all in the dark. I agree.
Yeah.
As Brian said earlier, it's going to be well lit. I mean, come on, that one shot. That.
I also think that Godzilla King of the Monsters had the best trailers out of the Godzilla movies. They were very good trailers, except for the second trailer for the original Godzilla 2014. But they had great songs and great editing. There's one part in the trailer for King of the Monsters that always gets me where the girl's screaming, and then they cut to Rodan falling to the ground, and you can hear the change in like her screaming to the monster screaming, and it kind of meshes together.
Yeah,
it's like that is beautiful. This trailer, that's why it kind of left me lukewarm on the trailer. It was nothing special. I mean, it was special for what it was showing us, but in terms of editing wasn't as good as the other ones.
Now, are they going to come out with another trailer between now and then?
I kind of hope they don't. Because usually the second trailers don't usually do as well in terms of views. But at the same time, if they do, I don't think they can. They could probably. I don't know how long it takes for people to make a trailer. But if they can make a trailer that's really good in a month, I'll watch it. John Kramer says the thing that sucks for me is pointless human scenes. That's all. Yeah, the I didn't like how they were cutting in between them. Well, sometimes they did this in the Toho versions, but not as much as in these movies, where the monsters are fighting and then they cut to the humans below. I get it; it gives the monsters scale, but after 2 times of seeing it, you don't really need that scale anymore.
You just want to stick to the main fight.
Yeah, it takes them out of the experience. For a lot of people. Cryptic Monster says, out of all the streaming services, HBO Max has to be my favorite. I don't have HBO Max. I don't have it. I don't actually have cable, so I might not be
Why?
able to.
Why? I'm curious. Why is it someone's favorite? Because I haven't had it yet. I'm thinking about getting it to see this film, to see Justice League, the Snyder Cut. If I can get a response on that, I would like to know what are the pros of HBO Max.
Also, I want to see Mortal Kombat, but that's another topic for
That
another discussion.
we're gonna do Mortal Kombat
I actually watched the first one recently, but
with Christopher Lambert.
Lambert. Love Christopher Lambert.
Hey, I love Mortal Kombat 1. Even Annihilation, for all its big flaws, has some charm.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but some.
So what Godzilla movies have you seen?
I've seen Biolante. I think I saw the original in '54. I know I saw Mothra. Mothra's the butterfly.
Moth. She's a moth. It's Mothra.
Mothra. That's what I said. Mothra.
You said butterfly.
Did I say butterfly? Oh, my bad. Mothra. The moth.
Oh, who is Mothra? The butterfly.
Mothra, the butterfly. It's like from Rugrats. I remember watching Rugrats.
Reptar, yeah.
Reptar and Satchmo, the trumpet player. No, the monster. Mothra, the butterfly. All the new movies in his Snakes on a Plane, which is peak filmmaking. LOL. Yes.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, the world needs Snakes on a Plane in 2021.
Snakes on a Plane 2.
Snakes on a Plane 2. Or Snakes on a Boat.
Or like the Asylum made, Snakes on a Train.
Snakes on a Train. I remember that. I saw that at Blockbuster.
It's so bad.
It was so bad. Like
Creature Movie Review says... Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
Creature Movie Review says the monkey memes should help sell this old movie alone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely saw Mothra, but these are long time ago, probably like 20 years ago. So I'm going to catch up on a lot of Godzilla movies going forward. I watched that other one you were telling me about, Gamora? No, not Gamora.
Gamera.
Gamera. I always messed up the thing. Gamera. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
They're bad, but they're fun.
They're fun. That's what I mean.
This baby right here.
It was fun. That's pretty bitchin'.
It's huge. Trying to find a spot to put it. But it's got all the Showa Godzilla movies in it.
Now, are you going to get it on HBO Max or are you going to the theater?
I'm going to the theater.
Absolutely.
It's one of those movies you have to see in the theater.
Yes.
Cereal Bowl says monkey. Matt says there's also a snakes on a submarine. Yeah, isn't that called Silent Venom? That movie?
Snakes on a submarine.
Yeah, there's literally snakes on a submarine in that movie.
Where's my pen? I gotta write that down.
Silent Venom. Then there's Cryptic Monster says the American title of Godzilla versus Mothra was Godzilla versus the Thing, because every original Godzilla movie has to have different titles. Yeah, it's true. It was Godzilla versus the Thing, and the poster had like the squid monster when it's really a butterfly. I mean, moth.
I'm never gonna live that down, and I'm cool with that. Mothra, the butterfly.
Oh man. Yeah, this trailer is just, it's blowing up too, which is great. I mean, it's gotten a lot of views, like I've said, but at the same time, views don't make the movie.
No.
Yeah.
Views don't sell tickets.
No, I saw, remember like Crawl, the alligator movie?
Oh, yeah.
That got a lot of views, and it made like 90 million at the box office. It wasn't that much. For that kind of movie it is, but
it's still not the best alligator movie of all time.
No, that goes to alligator.
That goes to alligator people.
Oh, that was something.
Which you can incidentally watch on this channel.
Yeah, we did a watch along. I have it in parts up on this channel. I'll see if I can leave a link to it.
It's great. It's absolutely great.
Yeah. Everything was always a flashback.
What? Yeah, no, there was a flash. I think there was even a flashback within a flashback.
Yeah, like, I remember the time this happened. Can you explain to us what happened? I remember the time this happened.
I know the next one we're doing, and we have to do it, is Earth versus the Spider, 1958.
And what about the Deep Blue Sea movies?
Whenever, whenever. We got to get the Pokester back.
Oh, John Pogue, yeah.
The Pokester.
The Pokester. I thought you were going to talk like a pogo stick. What?
The Pokester, man.
The Poger. Cryptic Monster says, before I knew Godzilla was gonna be a cinematic universe, I thought it was part of Pacific Rim, which would be cool. It could be cool.
It would sell toys.
It would sell toys, but at the same time, I feel the kaiju in Pacific Rim are pretty tough on their own, and they're able to always take them out. So I don't know how Godzilla would really stand. I mean, he is bigger than all of them, but if they have like 10 different Jaegers going up at him, who knows? I like how in those movies they made the creatures not as the kaiju, not as big as like Godzilla could be. Like, oh, it's within reason that they could take this guy out.
Yeah.
There's this one channel, I think it's called How It Should Have Ended, where they just have him sitting at the bottom of the ocean just waiting for kaiju to come up and just cut them out.
That's a good channel. I watched some of the superhero ones, like How It Should Have Ended. What about the Cloverfield monster? I know there's a lot of people from the MySpace era that still think that Cloverfield, or whatever his real name is, was awesome.
Cloverfield, the first one was good. The second one was good as its own movie. The third one, I don't even remember anything about it. I remember seeing it. I remember some stuff like the very last shot, which is bullcrap, but
when he shows up from the cloud or whatever.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't qualify.
No, I didn't even watch 10 Cloverfield Lane.
It was pretty good in terms of a suspenseful, dramatic thriller. Not a monster movie though. Not until the last 20 minutes.
You remember all the people thinking all those talking about all those Easter eggs in the first Cloverfield movie?
Yeah, they weren't even Easter eggs.
They weren't even Easter eggs. It was just like pure happenstance. Like, if you pause this movie at 37 minutes, 38 seconds, you saw the monster's eyeball first. I was like, no, I'm gonna watch the movie, man.
There is one I do like where at the very end of the movie where they're watching the footage of past events, and they're looking out at the scene, you can see something fall.
That I remember in the last at the carnival at the Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
you see something fall from the sky.
Yeah. Which did that tie into Paradox? I don't think it did.
I don't remember anything from Paradox. I just remember it had the guy who played Zemo from Captain America. Cryptic Monster says sooner or later we're going to get a Deep Blue Sea versus Tremors. I'd actually pay to see that.
Sea worms versus sea sharks. Wait, what? Well, as opposed to sharks who walk on land.
I would love to see sharks walking in land in Mexico with Fred Ward chasing them.
And trying to sell his ostriches because they weren't doing a good business.
Could be time to bring Kevin Bacon back again.
Yeah.
The Kevin Bacon shark movie.
They need to make a Killer Pig movie starring Kevin Bacon. These things write themselves.
I can't top that.
No, I know. It's okay.
I can't top that one, man. That was good. That was a little Svengoolie, man. That was like a Svengoolie joke. Now you know what's coming up on Svengoolie this Saturday, right?
No.
It's Earth versus the Spider.
What's Svengoolie?
He's a horror host. He was located out of Chicago. He started in the 70s. He plays old B monster movies every Saturday night, 8 p.m. on MeTV.
I don't have cable.
This week it's Earth versus the Spider. So you know what? If Earth versus the Spiders is on Svengoolie and we do Earth versus the Spider, it could trend worldwide.
Number 100 on trending. For 2 minutes.
Earth versus Spider.
Then it goes down to like number 2 million on trending. So what else did you notice anything about the Godzilla versus trailer that like really caught your eye?
No, not really. Just like you said, it was well lit. They made Kong look super strong. and I want to see it. I want to see it.
Probably my two favorite shots in the trailer were actually I'll just do three because there's so many. Where the girl is on the boat and she puts her hand against the the hull of the boat and she can hear Godzilla. Like you can
Yeah,
feel its vibration of its roar. That was really effective.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then there's that one shot where Godzilla's under freaking water and he's blowing his atomic breath up and it hits the boat and God just does a freaking what do they call that? The leap off the boat. There's a type of leap he does, like a not like a belly flop into the ocean. Yeah, and what's the other one? Let me. I have the trailer open over here. Uh, Probably the last shot in the trailer where he has the dorsal spike as a axe, and he reflects it. That was a really cool shot. Actually, hold on. Steve Mulholland says, "My dad watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation for the first time. He hated it, calling it one of the worst movies he's seen." And Cryptic Monster says, "No, Texas Chainsaw 3D was the worst. I think Next Generation was worse than that movie because at least Texas Chainsaw 3D had gore. At least it had chainsaw action, which is what the titular
I
movie
gotta,
is."
I, yeah, I gotta go. Next Generation was the worst Leatherface movie, man. That movie sucked. 3D, he just looked like he had a fishbowl for a head. That was like it. Just
But the actor who played him was pretty good, though.
yeah. I mean, I
Danny
still haven't
Yeager,
seen the Leatherface one with
the new
Stephen
one.
Dora.
I have. It's probably my second least favorite. I probably would have to do Texas Chainsaw 3D, the third worst of the franchise.
When are we getting a trailer on the? We're getting a trailer on that one soon, aren't we?
What, Texas Chainsaw 2.0? I don't know.
Yeah, whatever it's called. The direct sequel to the first one. That's not number 2, even though 2 took place like 12 years later.
Even though 2 was made in 1986.
Yeah, and the first was 1970. Hey, if I had to rank the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, I got to go 1
In terms of best to worst?
best. No, I'll go best to worst. I'm gonna go 1, 2 remake, 3 beginning, 3D, Next Generation. Am I forgetting one?
Leatherface. The new one.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, and then.
So I
Did you
can't
see
add
the
it.
beginning?
Beginning's middle of the road. I mean, yeah, that's middle of the road for me. I've seen better. I've seen way worse.
Yeah. I'd have to go in terms of worst to best to shake things up. Probably Leatherface. No, sorry, not Leatherface. Next Generation, Leatherface, TCM 3D, or Texas Chainsaw 3D. Part 3, the beginning. The beginning, Part 2.
Just shit all over the Jeff Burr movie.
I didn't shit. It's a fourth. It's the fourth worst. And then the remake and then the original.
Remake's not that bad.
No, Cryptic Mushroom says Texas Chainsaw 3D was like Halloween 2018, but not good. Yeah, the plot is pretty similar. What about you guys in the comment section? What's your favorite Godzilla movie or King Kong movie
Or anything.
or anything? What about your favorite King Kong movie, Tom? Or
Probably.
actually,
Go ahead.
or the worst because the original is probably the best for everyone.
Yeah, the original with Fay Ray.
Uh-huh.
I forgot about the one with Linda Hamilton until we were talking about it, so I got to go that one. I don't hate 76. It's very, very dated.
Yeah. I actually remember seeing Con 05 in theaters when I was like 11 years old.
Part 2 is just a comedy. He's talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. But that was such a all-out weird movie.
Yeah, it was. It had a lot going for it in terms of like spectacle, and it had a bigger budget. It had crazy characters and zany actions. I haven't seen it in so long, but I remember really enjoying it when I first saw it.
Oh, it's out there.
Yeah, it's enjoyable, and that's why I think it's really good, because the original is not enjoyable. It's hard to watch. So
Very hard to watch.
it's a nice contrast.
It's a
Which,
satire. Part two is a satire on the whole
yeah,
genre. It's over sexualized. It's over comedic.
mhm.
It's got
um,
Dennis Hopper.
uh, one thing I will say is that the trailer for the remake I was always watching it. I was like, this is such a great trailer. And I watched the movie, and it wasn't like, I was like, there's not much gore in this. But then I saw the original, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't have much gore, so they're trying to pay homage to that.
So what's
Steve,
your? Oh,
what?
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Steve Mulholland says my favorite Godzilla movie is Godzilla Final Wars, but Godzilla 1954 is a better movie. Yeah, Godzilla Final Wars, I feel, is the Destroy All Monsters we deserved, because Destroy All Monsters had a lot of action sprinkled, very spaced out throughout the movie. And then we had a big fight at the end, which was kind of unfair because Ghidorah was fighting like 9 different monsters. He was taken out by 2 the last time we saw him.
See, I haven't seen that one. I got to write that down.
And then, but Godzilla Final Wars, it's chaos for like 2 hours. It's like an anime movie, but live action. Godzilla 1954 is probably my favorite. And then Cryptic Monster says, for me, it has to be GMK. It introduced me to Mothra and King Ghidorah. I never understood the title for that movie. It means Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. But it has Baragon in it. And they don't include him in the title. No one likes Baragon. I guess we're just not going to include him in the freaking title.
Why don't people like him?
I don't know. Maybe because he's kind of like Anguirus, or maybe because he's just not that interesting. He's a burrower. He goes underground and stuff.
What's the name of that movie? I'm putting it on my list.
It's a long title. You might as well just write GMK.
Got it.
My least favorite Godzilla movie is probably everyone's least favorite Godzilla movie. Godzilla's Revenge.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It's nothing but a clip show of the past 9 movies. Most of the last 9 movies. And it has a terrible message. I know people try to say it's a great message if you look at it this way. I don't agree.
Steve says, what is an underrated Godzilla movie? Biollante.
Biollante.
Biollante by a long shot.
Either that, and well, I mean, since you said Biollante, I'll have to say maybe 84 or Godzilla 1985.
Now that we have a Godzilla, we need a Gamera universe.
Yeah, they made like a short film that was supposed to be longer, I think, or it was something like that, and it was really cool, and they did nothing with it after they put it online.
I saw the original.
Yeah. There's like 9 of those, or 12, 11 or 12 of those movies. Cryptic Monster says Godzilla's Revenge was set in a dream, so nothing really happened. Yeah, that's true. And that's the only saving grace for that movie, is that it was all a dream, because
like in Dallas.
Yeah, because if he saw the other Godzilla movies, then of course he's going to be seeing those clips in his dream. But other than that, I just can't get behind that movie. Maybe the setting, it was really industrial, which is kind of different. It's a bad movie. Another underrated one is Terror of Mechagodzilla, the one where Godzilla fights Mechagodzilla and Titanosaurus. And that's a great one, I thought. When I first saw that, I almost was like, that's really sad. The whole story with the robot girl and the guy. Well, let me tell you the story of my robot girlfriend.
The stupid kid was just so bad.
And the Godzilla's Revenge, oh yeah, he was super annoying. He was like a kid in a Gamera movie. Yeah, if you watch those Gamera movies, you're gonna regret watching those Gamera movies.
No.
I mean, the second one is okay. Third one's not too bad. And yeah, just go to the '90s ones. Those are the best ones.
Check them out.
And Gamera the Brave was okay too.
All they had to do was say his name.
No, all they do is say his name, like
All
in
they do
Gamera.
is say yeah.
In Gamera, use your hard breath. Gamera, fight him this way. Like, I know how to fight. Oh man, these kaiju movies.
You got to watch Japanese Spider-Man, Brian. That's what you got to watch.
I haven't watched Turkish Spider-Man yet, though.
Japanese Spider-Man is an emissary from hell.
I actually want to check out the Punisher movies. I have them. I just haven't watched them.
Punisher movie, go Thomas Jane.
I have all three. The Dolph Lundgren one. I have the mid 2000s one, and I have the early 2010s one. Warzone.
That was 08, I think. I think it was shot in 07, came out in 08.
Oh, okay.
Ray Stevenson was the lead. That movie tanked at the box office, but that's just an all-out violent action movie, especially the last 20 minutes. Ray Stevenson wasn't a bad Punisher, but if you want the best Punisher movie, Thomas Jane's by far.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And Dolph Lundgren's is it's Dolph Lundgren. Yeah. It's good hand. Good hand. It's funny. 80s charm.
I don't know what else to say about the trailer.
Yeah, I know. I just think it looks good, man, and definitely check it out on March 30th.
31st.
Whatever.
I think it's turning some people making them interested into it, because I've watched a couple of videos, like I said, and people who were not really looking forward to it or weren't fans of the previous movies are really looking forward to this movie because of that trailer.
Yeah. Trailers sell the movies.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you didn't see the other movies' trailers, which were amazing. Steve Mulholland says, after I watched all the Gamera movies, they made mad. I'm not a fan of Gamera. There's only 2 Gamera movies I like. There's about 5 I like. That being the second one, the third one. Jiger is actually pretty good, so maybe 6. The 3, 7. Just all of them. I like them all.
Cryptic Monster says, I know this is off topic, but did you know they made a Transformers versus Terminator? I know they made a comic book. I know if that's what you're talking about. I haven't read it yet. It intrigues the hell out of me. I read one issue. I skimmed one issue of it. Intrigues the hell out of me.
What was it? What do you say? Transformers versus Terminator?
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
The comic cover had Arnold with Sarah Connor and Optimus Prime chasing him. And of course it's Arnold, like with the big sunglasses. He's riding the bike. Well, I shouldn't say Arnold. It's T-101.
That's another thing that makes me think of Godzilla, because they had the de-aging.
Arnold
no.
Godzilla.
Yeah, no way, because they had the de-aging effect on him in the last 2 movies, or last 3. So Millie Bobby Brown is in this movie, and she was in the last one. Do you think they're going to have a de-aging effect with her? Or they're just going to explain it's been a couple of years or so it's going to fit?
Probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
Did they?
So I can segue back to the trailer.
We're gonna flashback. We're gonna flashback within a flashback.
Just alligator people.
Just flashback people.
Flashback people. They're gonna be like the Men in Black with the flashback pen. Do you remember this time where? There you go. Men in Flash.
Arnold Schwarzenegger makes you think of Godzilla.
Yep.
What do you think is a better movie, King Kong 33 or Godzilla 54? It's a hard pick. I have to go King Kong 33.
I'd have to go Godzilla 54.
That's like, it's 1A, 1B. They're both very good movies, classics. We'll still be talking about them 100 years from now.
I think the difference in opinion, all right, my why I prefer Godzilla over King Kong, the originals, is because King Kong is a visual spectacle powerhouse. It has a lot of special effects that are still watchable to this day. But what else does it really have besides that and an engaging story and good soundtrack? The characters, I don't like the two main leads. I kind of like Carl Denham. Uh, its pacing is a little weird at times, and it gets really fast when they get to the island. They don't really get to get immersed in like in the '05 remake.
Yeah.
But in terms of Godzilla, most of the effects suck. So it had a lot to. If I'm to say it's my favorite of the two, it would have to have a lot for me to want to say that because it has great acting, characters, great music, pretty good pace. You feel immersed in the story and the dilemma that's going on. And even though the effects are crap, you still believe Godzilla is there and causing all these problems. And it's got great suspense too. Like people are dying on ships that are exploding out of nowhere, and people are trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So they go to an island where they have the possibility of proof that this is a giant dinosaur. Then he just shows up. It's great stuff.
Godzilla 54 is one of the best, if not the best.
Why do you prefer King Kong over Godzilla?
Honestly, I saw it first.
I did too.
I saw King Kong first when I was a kid. I always like Kong just a little bit more than Godzilla.
I think it's also to do with I like reptiles more than I do primates.
Yeah.
But even then, Godzilla's not in the movie so much, a whole bunch.
But I hated Joe Young. I did not like Meet Joe Young.
Mighty Joe Young?
Yeah, Mighty Joe Young.
Hey, everybody, come meet Joe Young.
Mothra the Butterfly. Men in Black versus Ghostbusters needs to happen.
Oh, that's a good point, too. Cryptic Monsters is because they did not treat Godzilla like a B movie.
Yeah, they treated it like
a real disaster. That was why it worked for me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They also treat Godzilla like a metaphor, and he's very poetic in a way, and King Kong's just a big ape. I don't hate him, though. I love King Kong. But I just see him as a big, horny ape. Or was he really? That question is still for debate because he's dead.
I'm excited. I cannot wait to see the movie. I cannot wait to not binge, but watch some of the movies I need to catch up on.
Yeah, I'm on Destroy All Monsters now. I watched it. I'm writing my review for it. And then I have to go to Godzilla's Revenge. God help me.
What's next for the horror show host?
Cannibal Week is starting up.
Cannibal Week?
Cannibal Week.
Are you doing oh crap, I'm drawing a mind blank. Cannibal Holocaust?
No, not yet. I'm doing all the Ron Turn movies.
Okay.
Including the new one.
Those are messed up. That first one was messed up.
Yeah, the second one was even more messed up.
I tuned out after the third one, I think. Maybe even after the second one.
Including the new one.
Now, how many will that make?
7, including the new one.
7.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep, and I've watched the first 4. I've seen them all before. It's just, they're messed up.
I got over on the Bad for Your Health channel. I just did an interview with Daniel Ferrens, writer of Halloween 6. Check that out if anyone wants to learn the ins and outs of what it was like to make The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah, I watched about 20 minutes. It was really good from what I saw.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got Randy Emberlin coming on next. I don't have a date set, but that is next. He's a famous comic book inker who worked on The Amazing Spider-Man in the early 90s, helped create some characters over at Dark Horse. And that's all of my self-promotion.
After Cannibal Week, I'm doing Fishy February.
When's Jeff Burr Week?
I thought we were doing Jeff Burr Week.
We are doing Jeff Burr Week.
When?
Oh, when? Whenever.
You're always messaging me like, Jeff Burr.
Jeff Burr Week.
Jeff Burr Week.
Jeff Burr Week.
And then I get one today, Earth versus the Spider.
Yep. I was on break. I just was like, Earth versus the Spider.
I'll be on break at work. I'll open up my messages and I'm like, Again.
He's got an
This
idea.
guy.
No, I'm ready.
Take me, Jeff Burr.
I thought the new one was a remake, but it's in the same universe. And Steve says, I think no one will agree with me, but I'm not a fan of Wrong Turn 2. It was all right.
It's a lot different than the first one.
Yeah, it's
it's over the top.
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
A little much.
Yeah. The third one I think is even more over the top in terms of gore. It looks really bad, but it's more over the top.
Who was the chick? Who was not the chick? I mean, who was the lead in the first one? Oh,
Eliza Dushku.
Yeah, that's it. I'm from
Buffy.
Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
That sure sucked.
All the Buffy fans are coming for you with their fangs bared.
That's fine.
Hey
man, that show was on for a long time. It has a lot of fans. I'll tip my hat to them.
So was Friends.
Friends was on for a very long time.
South Park is still going. So is The Simpsons.
The Simpsons has been going, dude, over 30 years now.
Yeah, probably. Is that the longest running TV show? Probably not. No. Was it All My Children? Or was it still going? Was it the longest one?
The News has been going on for a while.
That's a great show.
The News, the nightly news. No, I think
the news.
Gunsmoke went 20 years back in the day. Gunsmoke went 20 years, and that's a great Western.
Yeah.
I mean, that went like 20 years, but Lone Ranger only went like 8.
Yeah, they made a movie about it with Johnny Depp.
Well, they made 2 good Lone Ranger movies back in the 1950s. Lone Ranger and the City of Lost Gold is a very underrated Western. It's a fun Western.
It's a fun Western. It's a festern.
It's a festern.
It sounds like something like an infection. You got a festern. I'm sorry.
You got a festern.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but you have a festern.
Ow.
So who would you like? What Godzilla movie would you like to see next? If they are a King Kong or Godzilla, what movie the MonsterVerse would you like to see next?
Well, is the world ready for Mothra to come back, or like
she already did?
When did she come back?
King of the Monsters.
Did I see that one?
No, probably not. Because oh, that's right. That was the butterfly.
No, I saw the first Godzilla. King of the Monsters when it came out in 2017.
19. Kong Skull Island came out in 2017.
That's it. No, I haven't seen Skull Island. Okay, so I was gonna say Mothra. They took my idea.
When I watched Toronto Turn 2, says Steve Mulholland, for the first time there was so much gore that I felt weak. And I had to take a break. Even my dad had to do that.
Well, it's so over the top, that movie, with the gore and shit. It's just
there is a way to see a movie where it could make you not want to think Wrong Turn is super over the top anymore. There's a few of those kind of movies. Like, let's say Cannibal Holocaust, a Serbian film.
Island of Death.
The one where he fucks the lamb.
How about did Wrong Turn 2 go get a theatrical release?
No, they all went direct to video after the first one.
Got it. Yeah.
But connection to Godzilla, Wrong Turn 2 was composed by Bear McCreary, who composed Godzilla King of the Monsters.
There you go, Brian. You are the man when it comes to that shit. You are the master coming full circle.
I know. Who did that?
No, go back to your question. I don't know. I hate to say I'm a novice in the MonsterVerse, but like it's actually an area that I am okay. I'd like to see Biollante make a comeback, but I don't see that happening. No, I'm just not well versed. I'm gonna get caught up before the movie.
Yeah. What about? So you've seen a few from each of the eras, have you? Like the Millennium era, the Heisei era, and the Showa era.
Probably.
What's your favorite era? There's three. There's Showa, Heisei, and Millennium. Millennium
Okay,
was
cool.
2000s, Heisei was 90s and 80s, and Showa was 50s to 70s.
Showa, because I was a classic fan of those. I like the way they look, and I know they kind of remind me of an episode of Power Rangers.
Oh my god! Speaking of Power Rangers, I was watching Psycho Gorman today. Freaking major Power Rangers flashbacks. Oh man!
Nothing wrong with the Power Rangers, dude.
I mean, unless you're looking for quality.
I was not a fan of the last movie. I'll tell you that much.
Of the 2017 movie,
Didn't like it.
I thought it was okay.
Didn't like it. I'm too much of an original. I was too ingrained in the original.
Yeah.
I
Have
wasn't
you
the
watched
worst.
it anytime recently? The old show?
The original back. The original.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
You never saw the original movie?
The 1995 one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant like what they based it off of in the.
No, no, no.
No,
The
I love the
1995 movie is it's crazy.
Ivan Ooze movie.
Ivan Ooze
Ivan Ooze. Who the
giving
hell
his
played
slime, giving his
Paul?
giving
Paul
his dookie,
something.
giving his dookie slime to all those children.
Ugh.
Great.
Yeah, Jason David Frank just.
Yeah. Um. Speaking of Power Rangers, I wonder if they got their idea from Godzilla.
Probably did.
Everything connects back to Godzilla, I
Everything's
swear.
connected to Godzilla, man.
Um. Yeah, the Showa era. It used to be my favorite.
But then you grew up.
Yeah, when I grew up a couple years. I'd probably have to say the Heisei era. It's very well done. There are some duds in the Millennium era that I don't really care for, but the Heisei is pretty consistent and actually follows the same storyline throughout. The Showa era really doesn't, except for where Godzilla appears from in the beginning of
Does
each
this
one.
movie have a runtime? Like, is this going to be like a 3 hour epic, or is this going to just clock in right around 2 hours?
I don't think it has a runtime yet. I know it has a budget announcement of like 155 million, which is actually the least amount they've ever spent on a Godzilla movie
Yeah, no,
in
yeah.
this MonsterVerse.
Wow.
Runtime. I'm assuming it's gonna be like 2 hours. I don't see a runtime though. Actually, no, I heard it was supposed to be less than 2 hours.
So it's just going to be all out for the last like few minutes then.
Yeah. Well, no, it could be crazy just throughout the whole movie. But I don't know if this was Godzilla versus Kong or another movie, but they said they're going to focus a lot on the characters, which they did in the Showa era a lot.
That'd be cool. I'm reading some of the production notes.
What? Like what?
I'm trying to find a runtime.
The director of this movie, Adam Menard, also directed You're Next, The Guest, Blair Witch, and the much hated Death Note.
Death Note. Why do I know that movie?
It was about the guy who writes in a book for people to die.
Oh, that movie was weird.
Yeah, I heard it was awful, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say anything. But I did like Blair Witch, surprisingly. I thought I wouldn't, but the trailer was really good too. I loved Your Next, and The Guest was pretty good too. Well, it was really good, but not as good as Your Next, in my opinion.
Do you think he's the right choice to direct this movie?
Honestly, no.
Would you have brought Gareth Edwards back, or
No, I would have brought Michael Dougherty back. But I think the reason I'm saying no is because his only big budget movie that was big budget was Death Note, and that did awful. So I'm afraid that he'll make it fall into the wrong hands. If they give it to him, that he's not the right one to do it, and he just lets it fall into other people's hands, and they try to take over.
Yeah,
I don't know. It could be good. I don't know. But yeah, Kong Skull Island was directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts, or Voight, which he directed something else. I know. I forgot. He's directing the new Metal Gear Solid movie.
Oh, with Oscar Isaac playing Snake.
Call me Snake. Yeah, Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, I got mixed feelings about that.
Yeah. But I think out of all of them, my favorite's probably Skull Island. It was really fun, even though there were so many damn characters.
I have not seen it, and it's on my list.
Look at all them doodles.
I even have the thorn up there.
Thorn. While we were
thorn.
interviewing Dan, it was like, I just gotta draw the thorn.
Yeah, I had the thorn.
Oh man.
In closing, Brian, what can you recommend about this movie? Give it to me. Give me the passion and your feelings about Godzilla versus Kong. Give me why this movie means a lot to you as a fan. And why people should see it. Sell the movie.
If you were a fan of King Kong versus Godzilla from 1962, but you always wanted a remake and to see something really well done in terms of effects, then check this one out.
I like it.
Because the effects in King Kong versus Godzilla suck. Oh man, they're so bad.
Oh, it's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Funny but bad.
Yeah, they kind of dropped the ball on that one. Although I can't really say they dropped the ball because it was 1962. Which
I remember seeing that movie at Best Buy for like $3
on Blu-ray, probably.
I was on Blu-ray. I didn't buy it.
Why not?
I didn't want to.
I don't want to buy that crap, he says. How would you sell it?
I would sell it as a modern interpretation of two monsters just going at it, tooth and nail. Someone's going to win. Someone's got to lose. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to hoot. You're going to holler. You're going to get mad. It's going to divide people, but it's going to bring people together and hopefully understand that it's a movie, but it's going to be an entertaining movie. It's the name of the game, entertainment.
It's not going to bring people together. Have you seen The World lately?
But two monsters going at it, just
wailing at each other. Literally hitting each other with whales.
Literally. Steve said King Kong versus Godzilla was the first Godzilla movie I got on DVD.
Nice.
I
think the first one, the first ever Godzilla movie I got was on VHS. It was Godzilla King of the Monsters with Raymond Burr. I said, this is in black and white, so it's probably the first one. And I was right.
Mine was Godzilla 98. It was Ferris Bueller meets Godzilla.
Don't forget Godzilla gets entangled in a bridge and it becomes utterly defenseless.
So stupid.
I'm open to attack. Please don't hurt me.
It's so stupid.
Spare my life. I just want to ruin your cities.
Roland Emmerich's worst movie.
Yeah. What about Independence Day Resurgence, though?
That was like Citizen Kane compared to Godzilla.
They always go for the landmarks.
Independence Day Resurgence was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Okay.
Great.
Well, Roland Emmerich movie is great, though.
First Independence Day.
That's good. Not great.
Didn't he do
The Day After Tomorrow?
That wasn't great.
No.
Dennis Quaid was great in that movie, but not that movie.
The wolves are coming. You mean they survived subterranean temperatures? Because
yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal's like 30 playing a high school student.
I mean, if we throw books in this fireplace, it'll keep us warm enough to fight off sub-zero weather. Just toss all the history in that fire.
So bad.
Yeah.
2012 sucked.
Yeah. He just does disaster movies now.
It was a period piece.
At a time where people thought it was actually a historical piece. Like, oh yeah, this is how it's gonna. Oh, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Oh, we read it wrong. It was 2021. Oh,
yeah. It's like
Oops.
End of Days. The numbers are reversed.
Yeah. Actually, it was 1202. That passed like 1,000 years ago. Oh man.
Oh.
Do you have anything else you want to say about Godzilla versus Kong's new trailer?
Nothing. I just think if you haven't seen it, check it out. I'm sure you have a link to it. I'll put a link on it on the Bad for Your Health Entertainment page, and we'll talk about it more coming up.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be like Godzilla 98 and Taco Bell.
Godzilla 98 was fun, though, according to Steve. Oh no, Godzilla fans are at my house with pitchforks. Stay true, man. Like what you like.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Brian?
No.
No.
I can't think of anything. I was just like, what can I throw at the camera? Like, I have this.
I throw. I got nothing really. I mean, I got stuff, but nothing for Holly. So. Deck of cards.
I think I just broke it. Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Let there be light.
Is that what you're using as a light source?
No, I'm using a lamp.
Oh.
Don't have epilepsy, kids. It'll ruin your sense of vision. I don't think it's something we can inherit. It's just something that kind of happens. All right. Can we end it here?
Sure.
She's like, yes, please, God.
Yeah. I'm gonna go eat dinner and watch a movie.
Oh, Godzilla.
Maybe, actually.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Tom, on this Godzilla versus Kong trailer discussion.
Thanks for having me. Let's do this again sometime. I like trailer discussions and movie analysis and talking to the people. I really did. I enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah, we should do one for Mortal Kombat when it comes out.
Absolutely. That trailer's up now, right?
No, it's just little clips.
Just little clips? Okay, because I saw one of them. When trailer drops, we're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it.
So, as always, thank you all for watching, and Lion Brian Gatto, that was a voice pop, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon, where even $1 a month could help keep the show going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restrictions. Also hit that notification bell and check out Tom from Bad for Your Health's YouTube or Facebook page. I have a link to it in the comments in the description below. And as always,
don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you, Brian. Thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone who tuned in tonight.
Alrighty. Have a good night, everyone.